I'm a big fan of Jonathan Martinez, but I did not expect him to go out there and chop the leg off of Adrian Yanez right from the jump. So we end up crashing on the dog of the night prediction for UFC Vegas 81. We did cash the one on the Cage Warriors seen over the weekend as well. So that now brings our dog of the night record for 2023 to 49 and 69 for a plus 3.92 unit profit and a 3% ROI. I got another 3 underdogs that I'm looking at for this weekend, but only one of them will end up being the dog of the night, official dog of the night prediction. And if you want to find out which one I went with, check the link in the description below for the Lock of the Night Patreon page. That's where you'll be able to find it. Now, I want to preface this video, just as I prefaced the previous video for the top 3 Lock of the Night candidates. This is a chalk-heavy card. This is a card where we have only 2 fighters that are better than minus 250 as favorites. One of them being Saeed Nurmagomedov and the other one being Trevor Peek. So if you're looking for dogs, this could be the card where you could cash out big if you're able to avoid the landmines of the chalky spots and go out there and go dog hunting. So I got 3 for you guys this weekend, and we'll kick it off with one of the aforementioned favorites that I feel like will fumble the bag here. First dog of the night candidate I have for you guys is Muen Gaffo, who stumbled in his UFC debut against John Castaneda a couple months back, but he was in a fight where I just don't think he was ready for the pace and pressure that Castaneda was putting on him. Gavrov had a solid second round, but he just couldn't muster it up in the third round to end up getting his hand raised. He's a guy with solid pressure, good activity, and good wrestling to get opponents to the ground where he can grind them out from that top position. However, I feel like the issue with Saeed Nurmagomedov is the fact that he just doesn't throw much. He's a guy that's very reliant on finishes or big moments in rounds for him to end up getting his hand raised. You saw him choke out Cody Stamann relatively quickly, choked out Saeed Yokub Kakramanov after getting grappled for a solid 6-7, I think it was 8 minutes or so, that Kakramanov was not having his way with him, but clearly winning that fight in my opinion. Or there were other fights where he even wins by decision, but they're very close decisions, very controversial decisions, like his UFC debut against Justin Scoggins. I feel like Gavrov can go out there and put on enough pressure, put on enough activity and output to potentially get the judges to see it in his favor and cash as a plus 170 underdog. Second dog of the night candidate that I have for you guys is going to be in the co-main event with Kamaru Usman coming in as a plus 250 favorite against Khamzat Chimaev. We're talking about one of the former best fighters in the world. I know he's coming off of 2 straight losses against Leon Edwards, but I feel like this is a stylistic approach or a stylistic clash that he could take advantage of. You know, Leon Edwards did a good enough job in terms of stopping the takedowns of Usman and then obviously being the better striker, and he took full advantage of that. But this is a fight between Usman and Chimaev where both guys normally go out there and look to grapple each other. If this ends up becoming just a strikers battle, who has the advantage there? People might say Chimaev because of the power that he's shown in the past, but Usman has some power as well. I get it. He's coming in on short notice here, but we still have to respect the fact that he's still one of the best fighters in the world and isn't killing himself to try to make it down to 170 pounds on short notice. He's happy to take that 185 pound, jump in a weight class here so that he can just go out there and perform. And this is a fight that he said he's had his eye on for a very long time. So I think he's more than motivated and ready to take the shot. And at plus 250, I'd be surprised if more people were not intrigued in terms of taking a shot on a fighter of Kamaru Usman's caliber, especially against a guy in Khamzat Chimaev who somewhat struggled against a guy like Gilbert Burns, who Kamaru Usman just ran over. You know what I mean? So plus 250, Kamaru Usman, second dog of the night candidate. The third and final dog of the night candidate I have for you guys is going to be Alexander Volkanovski at plus 210. I get it. He came up short against Islam Makhachev back in February, but that was a much closer fight than people expected. He closed as a plus 295 favorite or underdog in that matchup. Now he's coming in at plus 210, so they're giving him a little bit more respect, but I still feel like they're not respecting him enough. I get it. He's coming in on short notice, but this is a fighter that I believe wouldn't spoil this opportunity by just going out there half-assed and trying to pull off the upset. Because if he comes up short here, he's likely not going to get another shot at Makhachev. So why spoil that for himself? And if he wasn't, as ready as he possibly could be, why would he take this fight? According to what he's been saying, he's been training at least since the beginning of September, first week of September, after having the bone spurs removed from his elbow. So he's been in shape. He doesn't have a boatload of weight to cut. I saw this report that said he had 26 pounds to cut or something like that. The last I heard, he was at 76 kilos, which was roughly about 180 No, sorry, 167, 170. I could be off on those numbers, but I was doing the conversions as he was talking about it in his most recent video, and he doesn't have as much to cut. I think it was only 12 to 13 pounds to cut on fight week, but again, that's normal for most fighters anyway. Regardless, Volkanovski has the game plan, has the skills, and has the cardio to go out there and try to replicate what he did against Makhachev in the first fight. And we know it was just small mistakes that he made in the first fight that cost him that fight. If he can improve those things, make sure that they don't happen again, he should be able to cruise in the latter half of this matchup, just as he did last time, other than that fourth round where he made that small mistake that allowed Makhachev to just cruise that entire round and catch his breath. Again, obviously, Makhachev could be making those improvements and those adjustments himself, but I still believe that this is a fighter that relies heavily on using his cardio and his gas tank early in fights with his grapple-heavy approach to dominate his opponents, and will likely start to fall off later on in fights, especially against a guy that's going to be providing as much resistance as Alexander Volkanovski will be. So at plus 210, he is my final dog of the night candidate. There you guys go. Top 3 dog of the night candidates. I will be back tomorrow to drop the quick picks video for anybody that didn't want to sit through the full 50-minute breakdown that I had for you guys for this card. So look out for that video, as well as the Locky Trinity / Locky two-step free parlay that I have for you guys. Appreciate all the love, appreciate all the support, and also shout out to all you guys. We just surpassed the 6,500 subscriber mark. Couldn't be happier about that. It's all thanks to you guys. Thanks for all the love, all the support, all the likes, all the subscribes, all the comments, positive or negative. You guys have been killing it. Thank you for all that, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Peace.